So this year, I'm starting 2019 in a good position to support my channel and my hobby ambitions. Right now, we're in a reasonably permanent location. Unlike most of 2017 and 2018, I'm very personally happy and content, and I have at least one regular gaming opponent. I've been playing at least bi-weekly games, plenty of Warhammer Underworlds, and I think there's a good possibility that I can play more games in 2019 than I have in many, many years. All these things are very promising and encouraging. So, with hobby projects, with the exception of my time surrounding my move back to Colorado, I've really been active in the last couple months of 2018 working on weekly random hobby projects. I really enjoyed those projects, and I want to continue that method and momentum throughout 2019. So I've completed 6 weekly projects thus far, but I want to push myself to complete 52 this year, one per week for every week of the year. Therefore, I'm going to project that I will be on project 58 by December 31st, 2019. And that is definitely my goal. And I really want to produce, quality tabletop standard projects. And my priority now, as it probably will be for many years, is to paint as many models as possible. So I want them to look nice, but I'm not going for competition pieces. These are just designed to finish as many models as I can to a decent standard. So for the past few years, I've kept track of how many models I purchased versus how many models I painted. And for those same past 3 years, as frankly for the past 17 before that, the results have really been dismal. I don't think I've ever painted more models than I've purchased in my entire time in the hobby. However, I'm reasonably confident that I can complete 52 projects, and that if I do, my painting could outstrip my spending, and that I can eventually turn the tide. I'm also hoping to purchase some display cabinets to kind of house all of those projects. So here's something that I definitely want to be doing for the first few months of this year, and that is simply working on assembling models. So currently I have a lot of unassembled boxes and kits, and even though and really even among my assembled models, there are many partially built projects and things that require repair and rework. A few years ago, I really just started to accumulate boxes. I've always been fairly good at least assembling the models, and that at least is kind of an initial step, such that you can use them in a game, such that they have a valid component of a collection. And I really just kind of stopped doing that, and part of that was related to aspirations to paint, and so I became a little worried about some of these some kits are very intricate and detailed, and if you assemble them, it can be difficult to kind of get to certain parts of the model and things like that. Now, I'm kind of came to the realization in the last few weeks that it's better to just get things assembled, rather than just having boxes upon boxes just sitting there. I can't use them in a game if I wanted, and it is true that it can be a little bit more difficult to paint if it's fully assembled, but those are the parts of the model that people just won't really see that much anyway. It's really difficult to actually see precisely how much you've painted. So my plan here is to really use the first few months of the year to work on assembling and repairing and organizing my collection. the goal here is to create a series of videos, probably late in 2019, that work in conjunction with my hobby videos. Basically, I would do something like a yearly State of the Collection series where I would display all of my armies and provide an update on the percentage of the collection painted, the total number of models, and the total number of points. And if I complete 52 projects, there's a good chance that year after year, more and more of the collection will get painted. And hopefully that is something that you'll see. So events. I want to attend as many local events as possible. I just missed one a couple weeks ago. Wasn't really prepared for it, didn't really know too much about it in advance. But basically, if I have any foreknowledge of an event throughout Colorado that I can get to within a few hours drive, and I'm not going to miss more than maybe a day at work at most, I definitely want to attend and support those. I mean, ideally, I wouldn't miss any work, but certainly there's some leeway there. And I'm attending my first Adepticon this year, which I'm excited for. My wife's actually super excited for me to go. I really wanted to go in 2017 and 2018, just did not pan out. Ironically, I kind of dragged my heels on actually registering this year because the last 2 years have been so kind of dismal. And unlike previous years where I was registered for events and then had to cancel, this year I'm going, but I'm really not attending many actual events. So it's going to be much more low-key kind of experience from a personal gaming perspective. But I'm just going to take in the scene and meet up with friends, and if I attend next year, I'll be a little bit more focused towards gaming. I know some of my viewers really want me to attend LVO, and if I can, I most certainly will. So, videos and future plans for the channel. I'm planning on doing at least one hobby/project video per week, as I've already discussed. Also, I'd like to do at least a minimum of 1 to 2 additional videos per week. One video a week, it's not enough to keep the channel kind of going. Not everyone's interested in what I'm doing, especially since I'm doing a random project. So, if you really like Imperial Guard or something like that, it's different. If you work on Imperial Guard videos for 4 months, you might gain a little bit of momentum among viewers that like that stuff. But because it's random, it's kind of an assortment of things that some people might like one week and really dislike the next. And frankly, like, my channel is never designed to be about painting. It's more of a personal video blog about my hobby journey. And in that regard, painting models is, I hope, a significant part. But I think what the content that people really liked about my channel was more about Warhammer and classics, more about ideas and concepts, and discussing topics within Warhammer. And I'd really like to get back to that on a more consistent basis and really explore a wide spectrum of videos. So I've been saying this for far too long, but I'm hopeful that 2019 will be a bit different. So finally, in February of last year, I talked about my desire for web space and platform for other ambitious projects. Clearly, I need to establish consistent content first, so you'll not see anything on that for some time. But my concept of an online catalog really remains at the forefront of my mind. So hopefully there'll be some progress made this year towards all these types of ambitions. And I'll finish by wishing you a happy new year and best wishes to you and your family. So thanks for watching, thanks for supporting the channel, and have a good one.